Hello, Business Career Services here to give you a few hot tips about how to make the most out of Handshake. Use Handshake to search for thousands of jobs and internships, access career resources, register for events, and schedule appointments with business career coaches. Handshake is your best resource for college-level recruiting. In this tips video, we will show you how to find the best jobs for schema majors in Handshake. First, log into Handshake at vcu.joinhandshake.com. Click on Jobs, and you'll note this is also where you will find internships. Across the top, you can see some of the most common filters. So let's start with a kind of secret filter that's important for you to know about. Down at the bottom, you will see labeled by your school, and we can pick BCS primary. This means somebody in Business Career Services has read this position and thinks this is a good career opportunity for a business student. Now we have 1,654 jobs right now. That's a lot, but we're going to start with this. Now, one of the other things that's really important to realize about a schema major is that if you put supply chain in here as your keyword, you're not going to get very good results. You might consider some of these keywords: logistics, operations, procurement, buyer, quality control, and more. And feel free to pause this and take a screenshot of these keywords and think about what's the best match for you. Today, we are going to pretend that I am a schema senior and I'm looking for a full-time job in logistics. So I've typed in logistics. This has narrowed me down to 100. And then I'm going to say I'm looking specifically for full-time jobs. Now I'm down to 70. And then location, I want to be in Richmond. And now I have 10 jobs. This is a great list to start with. And if you look along the side, you can scroll quickly through all 10 here. And then in the middle, you can drill down and read more about the role. So this is a specific position that requires you to join the U.S. Army Reserve. Maybe I don't really want to do that. I might move on to the next one. This is a management trainee for Enterprise Holdings. We could read a little bit more about what the requirements would be. I might think, this sounds more like sales. I'm interested in something more specifically about supply chain and logistics. Now here's a manager trainee with JB Hunt, and I might start to read this and think, yeah, this looks much more like what I'm looking for. Obviously, you're going to want to read this in more detail, but if I decide I want to come back to this because I think this one I might apply for, you can click this little bookmark, and you can see you can do it here or you can do it over on the left. And I'll show you where to find these in a minute. But what I would suggest doing is going through each of these, and maybe you say, I'm kind of interested in being a buyer too. So let me look at this one. This is with the Farm and Home Supply, being a buyer. You might read this and you might say, yeah, that looks pretty interesting to me too. I meet the qualifications, and so I'm going to bookmark that one. When you're ready to go back and really start drilling into applying, you can go to your saved section. And here they are. These are going to be all the jobs that you've put that little bookmark for, and they're going to wait for you here. And you'll notice there's a difference between how you can apply. There's a quick apply, and all you do here is you attach your resume, you say if you're authorized to work in the United States, and you submit your application. And then there's a plain apply, which usually entails submitting your resume, answering the questions, and then completing some second step on the company's website itself. Either way, these are pretty easy to apply for. And so I would recommend starting with some of these keywords. And then when you find a keyword search that really works for you, make sure that you save it. So for instance, if I wanted full-time and I wanted Richmond, and this time I was going to put in here analyst, and I thought, oh yeah, these ones are starting to look more like what I'm looking for. Right here is where I can save my search. And that way, anytime a position posts that's full-time with the filters that you have applied, you will get notified about that opportunity and you won't miss anything. Now, you're ready to get hunting. And remember that applying is simply saying that you are interested in more information. You are not committed by applying, and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So just knock on the door, see what it's like, learn some more information about the company and the role, apply to a wide range of things, give yourself some options. And remember that VCU schema students are in high demand. So jump into Handshake and start applying because employers are really excited to meet you.